Music to my ears. Oh, all you beautiful people. How's everyone today?
Cold.
Some warm, some cold. You look very cozy there, Patricia.
It's warm up here.
Yeah. How is it,
Goldilocks. It's perfect here.
Goldilocks? How is it, Carol? And how is it up in Mackay?
It's beautiful. I'm just still waking up,
Mm.
but getting there.
Getting there. Take your time.
True, true.
Beautiful. Not other than who you are. Wow, it's such a beautiful statement, huh? Shall we begin? Anybody feels courageous enough to start?
I'm happy to start.
Okay.
Yay.
Not other than who you are. The death of the ego thought system has made way for the birth of the thought system of the truth. The thought system of the ego was based on fear. In this time of translation from one thought system to the other, the most subtle and yet significant change is the change from the foundation of fear, the basis of the ego thought system, to a foundation of love, the basis of the thought system of truth. While the foundation of fear, like the ego, will have left you now, a pattern of behaving fearfully may still remain, and as such be a deterrent to new ideas and to action. As long as these patterns of fear remain as deterrents to action, you will not experience the freedom of living from the new thought system. The new thought system will still exist within your mind and heart, as nothing can now take this memory from you. But to experience the new thought system as thought alone will not bring about the changes you would so desire to have come about within your physical experience. You may live a more peaceful and meaningful life, but you will not become the saviour I ask you to be, or the architects of the new world of heaven on earth that I call you to create. Big paragraphs, aren't they? Oh.
Wow.
Let me attempt to make the difference between having a new thought system and living by a new thought system more clear. Because you now are translating the thought system of the ego into the thought system of the truth, you will begin to believe in such things as benevolence and abundance. Yay. What this means is that you will slowly translate all ideas of scarcity into ideas of abundance, all ideas of blame into ideas of benevolence. Thus you might, after this period of translation, rather than cursing your station in life and feeling badly that you do not enjoy the health, wealth, or stature of some others. Accept your current status and begin to feel more peace and joy within it.
Yes, that's beautiful, huh? Accept your current status, can you? My favorite question. Can you accept it? And it's like being no other than you are. You don't need to accept. That's the beauty is like it doesn't really say you must accept it. It's like, can you accept it? And even if you say no, it's still a really good answer because it's not other than who you are right now. And it's in that honesty, you know, is that in that radical honesty, just an important attribute of a teacher of God, right?
Yeah.
How is it really? It's beautiful, huh?
If you are not well, you may cope more easily with your discomfort. If you are not financially secure, you may congratulate yourself on desiring less and be more content living a simple life.
I love how it puts it. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I congratulate yourself on desiring less.
Yeah. I look at these rich people that have like all these properties and boats and like all this stuff, and I think, oh my God, how do they cope with it? Like, how do they live with all this stuff and they have to look after it and cure it and worry about it? And it's like, oh, I don't know. I couldn't cope. If you have felt a lack of respect, you may feel that what others think of you matters not and enjoy a heightened self-concept. I almost said self-contempt then. Oh dear. While these would all be worthy aims, they are not the goal toward which we work. These would be the consequences of new beliefs that are held but not lived. Soon these fragile states would be sure to feel threatened by some situation or person, and judgment would return to label what is happening as bad. A God outside of the self would soon be called upon to intercede. Blame would be placed. A return to equanimity would soon prevail, for those dwelling in the house of truth would not long abide with such illusions, but the pattern of the old would not be broken. Suffering and strife would still seem to be possible. You would merely look back after the interlude had passed and see the truth, realizing that a lesson had been learned and becoming aware that for a while you but flirted with illusion. This flirting with illusion is like unto the temptations of the human experience and would not occur were the temptations gone from you. Flirting with illusion.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Highlight that it flirted with illusions. Isn't it funny?
Yeah. Oh.
Shanti, you want to read us some?
It should be becoming clear to you by now that although you dwell in the house of truth, you are capable of bringing with you old patterns of behavior. Once the translation of the new thought system for the old is complete, this will no longer happen. But the translation cannot be completed if you refuse to live by what you know, if you refuse to live as who you are. You are quite capable of seeing the truth and still acting as if you see it not. This has been done for generation upon generation and may still happen if you do not heed these instructions. I am, however, the bringer of the good news. Now I will repeat to you a piece of good news you may have forgotten. You would not be other than who you are. This is a key idea that will help you immeasurably in leaving behind patterns of behavior based on the old thought system of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the foundation of fear upon which your old thought system was based, you still would not be other than who you are.
Mm-hmm.
What this means to the learning stage you are at now is that you but think you are discontent with much of your life. You but think you are discontent with much of your life.
Mm-hmm.
As you begin to dwell in the house of truth and see with the eyes of love, you will see far less about the life you lead that you would change than you would imagine. You fear where all your new ideas might take you, and for some great changes may surely await, but those who will be visited by great change are but those who desire it. Yet even those who desire great change will find these great changes will not cause them to be other than who they are. There is nothing wrong with who you are.
Yay.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that judgment that's not so is all the pain there is.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Ah. As you see newly with the eyes of love. Anybody's got their eyes of love on? Now let's turn it on. You'll be much more likely to see love everywhere within the life you currently live than to see the need to change your life completely in order to find love. You who are worried about the risks you may be required to take, worry not. The changes that come to you will be chosen changes. You will lose nothing you would keep. You will lose nothing you would keep. Gosh. This is precisely why you must choose not to keep the life of discontentment caused by perceived illness. The life of scarcity caused by perceived lack, the lack of stature caused by perceived disrespect. It is only by your choice that you will keep these things, and only by your choice that these things will leave you.
Holy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. It's only your all uncertainty that will make you fear the matters of choice that lie before you. But this choice is not the choice of continuous decision making, but, simply the choice to live by the truth of the new thought system. If you but let go the old, and with it the patterns of behavior caused by fear, the new will reveal to you, all that you would keep and all that you would leave behind. What you would keep is of love. What you would leave behind is of illusion. Shall we go on to the next paragraph? Anyone?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
14.9, isn't it? 9, yep. Was it 9? Yeah.
It's 10, isn't it?
Is it? Hmm.
Oh, I don't know.
14.8.
Anybody remembers where we are?
14.8.
14.8. Okay. I think I've read that one.
Yeah, that's what Cole read.
Did you?
Yeah, because what would you keep is of love, and what would you leave behind is of illusion. So 14.9.
Yeah.
No, you said the only choice that you will keep these things, and only by a choice that these things will leave you.
Oh yeah? Oh well, that's an 8 again. Hey, or not.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm easy, guys. Let's go 4.8, just for the good measure.
okay. It is only your old uncertainty that will make you feel the matters of choice that lie before you. But this choice is not the choice of continuous decision-making, but simply the choice to live by the truth of the new thought system. If you but let go the old, and with it the patterns of behaviour caused by fear, the new will reveal to you all that you would keep and all that you would leave behind. What you would keep is of love, and what you would leave behind is of illusion. You will clearly see all of the choices that throughout your life have been made in love and made of you a person you would not be other than. You will also clearly see all of the choices that throughout your life were caused by fear and how little consequence they had in truth. These fearful choices took nothing from you or from others. If there are things that you, at this point, still hold to yourself and call unforgivable, now is the time to let them go. Take your time. Start. If you have read the paragraph above, yes, I have, and feel it is fine for some others not to regret their choices, but not for you, I ask you to trust in my assurance that this is not so. You must choose to leave this blaming of yourself behind. No matter what it is you feel you have need to blame yourself for. You would not be here if you had not already felt regret and sorrow for the hurt you have caused others. Whatever actions you have not previously brought to love to be seen in a new light are now revealed in the light of truth. Okay, let's see. Carolyn, would you like to read? You have to unmute or to say no or no, okay. Alison T. Would you like to read? You got mute, Alison.
Are we up to 11, 10 or 11?
11.
9, no, 11.
Oh, you're
We're not
right.
sure where we are. Wherever we are, we're not sure where we are.
We're just in the moment.
Yeah, we just simply know other than who we are. Oh my God.
You read really beautifully, Kevin. I really, really enjoyed your reading.
Me too.
Yeah,
It's good to say that.
there's stillness in you. It's really lovely.
Thanks.
We have spoken already of historical causes for, oh, what are we? Are we up to 11?
Yeah.
Oh my God. We have spoken already of historical causes for vengeance and blame. The suffering that has been chosen has been mighty. The choice now is not a choice to explore the why behind it or to look for remedies for the past. The choice now is whether you want suffering to continue or want to abolish it for all time. Whoa. If you are holding on to regrets, you are holding on to blame. If you are holding on to blame, you are holding on to bitterness. If these regrets and blame have to do with yourself, You may not feel as if you have the right to let them go. If you do not feel as if you have the right to let them go, you are choosing to remain embittered and choosing to be punished for your sins.
Mm.
While this is what you continue to choose, this is what will continue to be evidenced in your world. This is the only act you can choose worthy of being called selfishness. Be selfless rather than selfish now, and allow the self that you would blame to pass away into the illusion from which it came. Remember that bitterness, like the ego, has existed in all. If your brother or sister would not give up bitterness in order to usher in a world of peace, would you not think this a selfish act? Atonement or correction is not of you, but of God. I think I want someone else to read.
Samuel, want to read?
It's 14.12, right?
I think it's taught at no, yes,
14.12. Atonement or correction is not of you, but of God.
Mm.
You might think of this in terms of nature and look upon nature's ability to correct itself. You are a part of nature. Your body can correct or heal itself, and so can your mind and heart, if you are allowed to do so.
Good day.
Mm.
Beautiful, huh?
Hmm?
Yeah.
A time-bound consciousness that hangs onto the past as if it was the truth allows not correction to take place.
Mm.
The past is no more, and neither the present nor the future can be built upon it. This is why we have spent so much time unlearning and why we continue with lessons of forgetting. Resurrection or rebirth must be total to be at all.
Mm.
Can you see why you cannot hang onto the past? The new cannot have historical precedents. This is why you have seen, this is why you have been assured that what you are called to is a life so new that you cannot even imagine it. I'll read that again. This is why you have been assured that what you are called to is a life so new that you cannot even imagine it. Imagine not the past and make for yourself no cause to prolong it. The past is but a starting point for the future. Just as we talked of the consequences of blame and how you are unaware of all that proceeds from the idea of blame, you too, so too is it with the past. like a story yet to be written. That which flows the first page, that which follows the first page will be based upon the first page. We are writing a new first page, a new Genesis. It begins now. It begins with the rebirth of a self of love. It begins with the birth of Christ in you and in your willingness to live in the world as the Christ self.
Oh. Shall we go straight to the new beginning? I'd say so. It's very true, Carolyn. Beautiful, huh? Or do anybody want to go back and reread some sections that might have touched you?
I'm just struck by, more than ever, I'm struck by how it builds on itself. So like this treatise we're reading, we've been through the idea of bitterness, we've been through the idea of blame, been through the ideas of living within God's love and doing all that. And he just brings it all together. In this last chapter, he's just brought it all together. And yeah, it just makes me realize like it is a course and it's meant to be followed from the beginning, slowly through until, and let it all build on itself. Anyway, that's me.
I wrote how this has touched my heart this morning, and I feel in my heart the word that jumped out was a resurrection, and I'd been struggling with a little bit of stuff that was giving myself a hard time with, and shared a bit with Kevin, and then we read this chapter, and it was just like right to my heart. It makes I feel humble. I feel like I could just cry.
No, sweetheart, beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I had the thought of, are we the ones that were holding back peace coming into the world?
Yes.
It's really timely, this reading this chapter for me, because this morning I was walking and I was thinking about some things that happened in the last few years that happened to me or, in my life. And I actually asked myself, okay, so do I want to be bitter or do I want to let that one go? Like it really is that choice. And here he is again, the same thing. And I absolutely don't want to be bitter anymore. I've had enough. I've had enough of it.
Yes.
I like that it talks about letting go of of all of it, though, like the good and the bad, as you know, I label them, all the concepts that I've had before, all the, I don't know, all the failures, all the harms I've done to others, all that kind of stuff, like, you know, it just feels so free. It it's not building, the new, for me, upon all that stuff. It's allowing, it said here too, like if you allow this to happen, like don't resist it, just allow it and accept it. Those two, I just breathe deeply, even like just saying those words, because I've held on to so much for so long that it really does feel freeing. It does feel like every step forward is a new one. It's me being and it's me becoming at the same time. So I can't even look to the future and say, well, if I do this, this will happen. Like there's no plan, there's no controlling it. And that just seems so freeing to me, to walk in each moment in the present. Yeah, and let go of all those fears, and just be in the love. Thank you.
I'd like to read 14.12 again.
So love.
Atonement or correction is not of you, but of God. You might think this in terms of nature and look upon nature's ability to correct yourself.
Itself.
Beg your pardon. To correct itself. You are a part of nature. Your body can correct or heal itself. So can your mind and heart, if they are allowed to do so. It just reminded me of there's the dog's chasing the cat. It just reminded me of the words about being still, about being still in God and allowing God to minister to you. Sorry, guys.
Good. Oh. Beautiful.
A time-bound consciousness that hangs on to the past as if it were the truth allows not correction to take place. Holy moly. Oh.
Let's like check your bags at the door. The old baggage.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Let's dive in. I'm for some reason very keen to dive into this new beginning.
Yeah, let's leave the past chapter. Let's leave it behind.
I'll go.
Um,
I like new beginnings. The new beginning. Some of you have had more experience with new beginnings than others. For most mature adults, some form of new beginning has taken place or been offered. Often, those within the relationship of marriage have had occasion to choose to forgive the past and begin again to build a new relationship. Others in a similar relationship might have chosen to let the past go and enter into new relationships. Parents have welcomed home errant children to give them the chance to begin again. At all stages of life, new friendships are formed, and the relationship with each friend provides for a new beginning. Some begin anew through changes in locale and employment. Each new school year of the young provides a fresh start. Deaths of loved ones and the births of new family members form new configurations in a life. Nature begins anew each spring. What hampers new beginnings of all kinds within the human experience are ideas that things cannot be different than they once were.
mm-hmm.
The only true, sorry. You want to sit with that for a minute?
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
What hampers new beginnings of all kinds within the human experience are ideas that things cannot be different than they once were.
Mm.
The only true departure from this idea has concerned the occasions of birth and death. This is something we will return to, but first, let us look at other types of new beginnings and all that would hamper them from taking place. New beginnings do not occur outside of relationship. The idea of special relationship is one that hampers new beginnings. Special relations of all types are based upon expectations of certain behavior and expectations of continued special treatment within the relationship. Even, and sometimes especially, what is considered poor behavior can come to be an expectation difficult to deviate from within the special relationship. But whether the expectation is of a special treatment or poor behavior matters not. It is the expectation of a known set of criteria concerning the relationship, a set of criteria based upon the past that is most often what prevents new beginnings from truly being new.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stop there. That's just so, that's what I said before. It's like, the two things that give me rest in that are, one, that I've been holding on to it and can allow all of that to go away. And the second, even more freeing, is that I don't change it. I just give it to the light, and God, whatever, like, changes it. Like, but I have to be willing. I have to give it up. I have to surrender it in a way That's true. Thank you.
We're the ones that limit God.
Nicely put.
We can't. We try, but good luck. Mm. Mm.
I'll be able to read that last paragraph again.
Go ahead. Go ahead for sure.
New beginnings do not occur outside of relationship. The idea of special relationship is one that hampers new beginnings. Special relations of all types are based upon expectation, expectations of certain behavior, and expectations of continued special treatment within the relationship. Even and sometimes especially what is considered poor behavior can come to be an expectation difficult to deviate from within the special relationship. But whether the expectation is of special treatment or poor behavior matters not. It is the expectation of a known set of criteria concerning the relationship, a set of criteria based upon the past, that is most often what prevents new beginnings from truly being new. Mm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Just love how it takes us out of our heads. It's, I feel taken, always feel taken, like it takes me somewhere new, like that's the new beginning, because it takes me new places, new way of seeing. Often new beginnings are offered or considered in spite of circumstances. Is it where we are?
Yeah.
Of the past that would seem to seem foolish, make them foolish. There's always something that is expected to change. This idea is countered intentionally, however, by the
Internally. Oh,
internally, thank you, love. This idea is countered internally, however, by the idea that at some basic level, human beings do not change. And you know, for me personally, this was the beauty of it, that I did not have to change. I didn't have to be any different. You know how there's this thing at the ark, we need to change to be, I don't know, more holy or something. You just become so you with a full acceptance, like this is who I am. If you don't like it, well, have a good day. I'm still gonna be me, and I'm okay with this. Or I'm even okay with not being okay with this. Like in every case, is that, you know, how he talks about the pass-through? You know, like whatever it is that's occurring, you know, like I am that I am. I'm just letting whatever I am at a given time be what it is. And so there is freedom. There is like this new way of being, just simply without needing to change anything. Does that make sense? You cannot imagine those with whom you are in relationship being other than who they are. This is consistent with the truth. Yet who anyone is not contingent upon whom they have represented themselves to be in the past. When attempting to give oneself or another a new beginning, you often act as if you believe a new beginning is possible, when while awaiting the lapse, that will surely prove to you that the new beginning is but an act and that nothing has really changed. A student who failed to learn the prior year while eager and confident in being able to succeed in the current year will continue to be plagued by memories of failure. The alcoholic can approach each day with faith while keeping fresh memories of past abuse and humiliation in the hopes that they can discourage a repeat of the old behavior. The loved one of an alcoholic can simply approach each day with faith, even while suspiciously looking for signs that faith is unwarranted. The criminal is not expected to be rehabilitated despite the efforts of the systems and the hopes of their loved ones. Everyone believes they carry the baggage of the past, not only their own, but that of all the special relationships in which they have been involved. To have a special relationship with someone who has failed at offered. Well, Can anybody read that? I can't read
To
that.
have a special relationship with someone who has failed at offered new beginnings becomes a failure for all involved.
Thank you, love. Each sets their own criteria for success and failure and their own timing for the accomplishment of the same. Some would see 6 months of change as a basis for truth in the new. For others, 6 years would not be enough. You must now birth the idea that the human beings do indeed change. While you have known instinctively that there is a core, a center to each that is unchangeable, you must now give up the idea that that this core or center has been replaced by the past.
Represented.
Thank you. You must forget the idea that the future cannot be different than the past.
Yeah.
Anyone?
I just, but for some reason, I suppose that the most extreme example of that I know of would be that of St. Paul, who, he did change almost overnight, and but actually, what's being said here, and I was sort of thinking about that before he said it, is that our core is always our core. We are always who we are.
Yeah.
And so Paul was always who he was, but he represented a different self to the world, and then that fell away.
Mm. I mean, obviously, when you have a revelation and suddenly you see the kingdom within you, that changes definitely your outlook on everything. That's just like,
Yeah.
it just go boom. You're like, what? Was this with me always? I just couldn't see it. I mean, we're just remembering.
Yes.
It really is just a memory. Like we forgot that who we are. We forgot the original creation. And that just pops in suddenly when the blocks to it are removed. There it is. You just go, oh my God. It's still you just see things differently. And again, it's just that choice, that habit. Like, do I see my brother that way? Like, when you see your own kingdom, you see everyone else's kingdom, and that changes everything.
Yeah, but too, what I liked about this was I saw in this exact part, like this last part, was not only do I find or remember the kingdom within me in a certain type like way in time, but I also forget at times that I have to allow others to find their kingdom at their own pace in their own way. Like it doesn't happen the same for everybody by any means, and I have seen that in the alcoholics. Like, some people have to relapse and go into 10, 12 treatment centers before they do get that revelation. So, but I don't know, that's the beauty.
Yeah.
in this space, to me, is like, wow, like everybody's kind of coming to the new at their own pace and time, and bringing forth different aspects or facets of it. And if I think about life that way, it's such a wonderful, beautiful adventure, rather than a challenge and a suffering, for all I've been through, and all that kind of stuff. So it does give me that third eye perspective that's just so beautiful, no matter what is happening. good or bad.
Well, you lose the need for others to be any different than they are.
Yeah.
Only you can be the accomplished. Hello. If you waited for everybody, you'll be waiting for a long time.
I was just looking for a passage, and you always are who you are. There is nothing to change.
Well, let's see where Jesus takes us with this. Anyone else?
I can.
Oh,
Hi, everybody.
I
With the death of the ego, special relationships to have breathed their last. As I said before, these will seem to be remedial lessons. What they are in truth are aids to help you birth the new ideas that will break the old patterns, the patterns of old. The new beginnings you are called to now is a new beginning that, like all others that you have offered or attempted, will take place in relationship. The difference is that this new beginning will take place in holy rather than special relationship. The holy relationship has been accomplished by the joining of the mind and heart in unity. The holy relationship is with the self, and the self that abides in unity with all within the house of truth. This relationship makes the self one with all, and so brings the holiness of the self to all.
yes.
There are no impediments to this new beginning, save for the finalizing of the translation of the thought system of the ego to the thought system of the truth. As we have said before, it is impossible to learn the new with the thought system of the old. It is impossible to learn the truth through the same methods that have been used in the past to learn illusion. This course teaches that love cannot be learned. I've said here that love, peace, and truth are interchangeable ideas within the new thought system. Thus, truth, like love, it's not something that you can learn. The good news is that you have no need to learn the truth. The truth exists within you, and you are now aware of its reality. How then do you access
Sorry,
and live with?
can you do the last two sentences again?
Hallelujah. Amen. Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Praise the Lord.
I'll just go. So from this course teaches
The
that
good,
love cannot be learned. Oh, the good news.
Good.
The good news is that you have no need to learn the truth.
Woohoo!
Should say that again for me. The good news is that you have no need to learn the truth. The truth exists within you, and you are now aware of its reality.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do the next one too.
How then do you access and live within this new reality, this new beginning? Through living by the truth.
Ta-da.
The whole truth.
Da-da-da-da.
Up the truth.
Help me, God. I'm done.
Evan?
Evan?
Kevin Heaven? Kevin Heaven?
These treatises are no longer concerned with coursework, as the work of this course has been accomplished in you. These treatises are simply concerned with assisting you to live what you have learned. Learning was needed in order to return you to yourself. Despite whatever method you feel you use to learn what you have learned, what this course did was bypass the way of learning of the ego and call upon the Christ in you to learn anew. That new learning put an end to the old. Living what you have learned will usher in the new. These examples of your former ideas about new beginnings have simply been used to demonstrate why you cannot approach this new beginning as you have those in the past, of the past. What will assist you most as the translation of the old thought system for the new continues are the beliefs that you adopted with the assistance of a treatise of unity. You are accomplished. Giving and receiving are one in truth. There is no loss, but only gain within the laws of love. Special relationships have been replaced by holy relationship. You are accomplished. Giving and receiving are one in truth. There is no loss, but only gain within the laws of love. Special relationships have been replaced by holy relationship. Okay, next.
What What we are adding now to these beliefs is the idea that these beliefs can be represented in form. These beliefs can, with the help of the new thought system, change the very nature of the self described by the words human being. This calls for still more forgetting, as you must consciously let go of all your ideas of the limitations inherent in your concept of what it means to be a human being. While you would not be other than who you are, sorry?
No, it's just an echo, I think, somewhere.
While you would not be other than who you are is not limited to the concept of human being, nor to the laws of man. If you continue to act as if you are still the same being that you have represented yourself to be in the past, you will not be living by the truth, but by illusion. Illusion is the truth by which you have lived. The total replacement of illusion with the truth is what the new thought system will accomplish. Obviously, this replacement must be total. This means for making this total replacement, the means for making this total replacement are in your hands, but you are hardly empty-handed. The truth goes with you, as does the love and peace of God.
Mm.
Wow.
Mm. That 15, 16, yeah, we are adding now those beliefs. That's really the lesson 35 in the Course in Miracles when you look at it. Yeah, we have the sub-descriptions. We look at them and then we replace them, but but my mind is part of God, I'm very holy, right? You guys remember that lesson?
Yeah, yeah.
This is exactly that lesson.
I see myself as,
Yes,
but my mind is part of God's.
yes. Which then dislodges that idea, because those are the fantasies we hold about ourselves, which is actually not true.
Yeah, you can even say, I see myself as holy, but
Yes,
my mind is part of God's. And
very holy.
it's a
Mm,
beautiful lesson, that one, mind you, they all are.
I know, but that one is like, it was a game changer for me. I did it for a week. When I did the first time, it was so powerful because it was like throwing away all these fantasies, positive or negative.
Yeah.
Self-inflating. Beautiful darlings.
Thank you. It's been a beautiful session.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
And that, all your ideas of meditation.
What will assist you most is the translation of the old thought system, for the new continues, are the beliefs that you adopted with the assistance of a treatise on unity. You are accomplished. Giving and receiving are one in truth.
Mm-hmm.
There is no loss, but only gain within the laws of love. Special relationships have been replaced by holy relationship. You know, it's just, he's just saying, remember this.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I suddenly got this idea that even having the expectation of becoming awake or whatever would get in the way of it. Like, you know, that's letting go of any expectation is,
yeah,
would be good. Yeah. If we already are, it's enough, isn't it? It's enough. Yeah. Oh.
So our biggest temptation is the temptation to forget that we are accomplished.
Yeah. And if you can't remember it, you just simply see everyone else as accomplished, and that will just dawn on you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Chantal.
Nice.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
You are the accomplished.
Mm.
Ciao.
See you.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hang on, hang on.